Ever tried explaining to a 3-year-old why ice cream for breakfast isn't the best idea? Let's just say it's like trying to convince a cat to take a bath. Now imagine a bright and sunny morning, and picture my 3-year-old. He's got those big, innocent eyes, a mischievous grin, and a pint of Rocky Road ice cream clutched in his tiny hands. It's 7 in the morning, folks, and he's decided that ice cream is the breakfast of champions. I, being the responsible adult in the room, try to reason with him. "Sweetheart," I say, "ice cream is a treat, not a meal. We need to eat something healthy for breakfast, like cereal or eggs." He looks at me, his eyes twinkling with a mix of defiance and curiosity, and simply repeats, "Ice cream." Folks, if you've ever tried to debate with a toddler, you'd know that it's a unique kind of challenge. It's like playing chess with a pigeon. No matter how good you are, the bird is just going to knock over the pieces, poop on the board, and strut around like it's victorious. So, I try a different tactic. I try to explain about sugar and teeth and energy for the day. He listens, nods, looks at me with the most serious face a 3-year-old can muster, and then he says, "Ice cream, please." At this point, I'm half tempted to give in, to just let him have the ice cream and deal with the sugar rush later. But no, I'm a parent. I must stand my ground. So, I offer a compromise. "How about we have our breakfast first, and then you can have a little bit of ice cream as a treat?" You'd think I had proposed the most outrageous idea. The look of betrayal on his face was comical, but after a few more minutes of negotiation, we finally reach an agreement. Cereal first, ice cream later. So there I was, at 7 in the morning, negotiating with a toddler, a pint of Rocky Road ice cream in one hand and a cereal bowl in the other. Who knew parenthood would be this diplomatic? Remember the ice cream fiasco? Well, let's just say I found a new secret weapon: distraction. Now, I'm not talking about the old look over there trick. No. We're dealing with 21st century kids here. They're smarter, more curious, and let's face it, a little bit more cunning. So let's dive into the art of distraction. Picture this. You're in the park, and your little angel has just discovered a gigantic mud puddle. You can see the gleam in their eyes, and you know any second now they're going to dive right in. What do? You could try the direct approach, but we all know how that's going to end. Mud everywhere and a grumpy child. Instead, you point excitedly to a nearby tree and exclaim, "Wow, look at that unicorn!" Now, you and I both know unicorns don't exist, but in your child's world they do. And just like that, the mud puddle is forgotten. But what if you're at home and your tiny tyke has just spotted their older sibling's expensive gadget? A quick diversion might just save the day. With a gasp of surprise, you discover a treasure map, conveniently leading to their toy box. Suddenly, the gadget is less appealing than the prospect of hidden treasure. And how about those supermarket trips? We've all been there, the candy aisle beckons, and a tantrum is imminent. But wait, what's this? A special mission to find the biggest potato in the vegetable aisle? Now that's an adventure they can't resist. Remember, the key here is creativity and timing. The more outlandish and unexpected the distraction, the better. And the quicker you can introduce it, the more likely you are to avoid a meltdown. And just like that, you've successfully avoided another ice cream breakfast situation. Congratulations, you're now an expert in child diversion tactics. When distraction fails, you gotta pull out the big guns. Enter the power of choices. Now this isn't some highfalutin psychological concept. It's as simple as pie and as old as the hills. Think about it. We all like to feel in control, don't we? We love to be at the helm of our own ship, charting our course through the vast ocean of life. Kids are no different. They're just smaller captains with tinier ships. So, here's a secret. When you give your child a choice, it's like handing them the wheel. It's a crafty way of getting them to do what you want, while making them feel like they're calling the shots. It's a win-win situation, like finding a forgotten $20 bill in your old pair of jeans. Let's say it's bedtime and your little one is bouncing off the walls like a hyperactive kangaroo. Instead of saying, "Brush your teeth now," try, "Would you rather brush your teeth with your green toothbrush or your red one?" The trick here is in the delivery. Make it sound like it's the most exciting decision they'll ever make. You'll be surprised at how quickly they scamper off to the bathroom, eager to exercise their newfound power. Or perhaps it's lunchtime and your kiddo is turning up their nose at anything remotely resembling a vegetable. Instead of declaring, "Eat your broccoli," ask, "Would you rather have broccoli trees or carrot sticks for lunch?" It's a simple switch in approach, but it works wonders. Suddenly, broccoli isn't just a green, tasteless monster. It's a towering tree in a fascinating, edible forest. Remember, the key here is to offer choices that you're happy with, no matter what they choose. It's like being a magician, but instead of pulling rabbits out of hats, you're pulling compliance out of chaos. So, there you go. You've successfully tricked your child into thinking they're in charge. You sly fox, you. But don't worry, your secret's safe with me. After all, every great captain needs a trustworthy first mate. Ever heard of the saying, routine is a parent's best friend? If not, you're about to. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, oh great, another lecture on routines, let's take a moment to laugh at the chaos that ensues without one. Picture this, it's bedtime, or at least it's supposed to be. But instead of peacefully winding down, little Johnny is running around in his superhero costume, insisting it's time to save the world. And why not? There's no routine to tell him it's time for bed. Now, imagine a different scenario. Bedtime at 8 p.m. sharp, not 8:01, not 7:59, but 8 p.m. on the dot. Why? Because routine, my friend. When 8 p.m. rolls around, there's no question about what needs to happen, no debates, no negotiations. The superhero costume comes off, the pajamas go on, and the world-saving adventures are put on hold until morning. And it's not just about bedtime, it's about meal times, homework times, play times. A routine is like a magical spell that sets the rhythm of the day. It's a familiar dance, a comforting pattern that guides us through the hustle and bustle of life. And the beauty of it is, once it's established, it does most of the heavy lifting for you. Think about it. With a routine, there's no need to constantly remind Johnny to brush his teeth. He just knows it's what comes after breakfast. There's no need to coax him into doing his homework. He knows it's what he does after dinner. And there's definitely no need to persuade him to get into bed. He knows that at 8 p.m., it's lights out. So, laugh at the chaos, embrace the magic of routine, and watch as it transforms your life. No, it won't make your kids perfect, but it will make your days more predictable, your tasks more manageable, and your sanity more intact. So, there you have it. The secret to managing kids is as simple as getting them used to a routine. Who knew? So, we've had some laughs, shared some stories, and hopefully you've picked up a trick or two. Remember that time we talked about the great ice cream debacle? Yes, the one where we learned that sometimes the most bizarre solutions can mend the most complex problems. Although ice cream for breakfast may not be your first choice, it's a reminder that thinking outside the box can often yield surprising results. But remember, it's not about the ice cream. It's about the unexpected solutions that can turn a tantrum into a giggle. Next, we dived into the art of distraction. Like a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat, parents can turn a meltdown into a moment of curiosity with the right diversion. Whether it's pointing out a squirrel running up a tree or suddenly playing their favorite song, the power of distraction is a mighty tool in the parental toolbox. We also explored the power of choices. Giving children the autonomy to choose between two options can work wonders. It's like giving them the steering wheel, but you've already set the GPS. They feel empowered, and you get to maintain some control over the situation. It's a win-win. And let's not forget the magic of routine. Like a well-oiled machine, a routine can help keep your household running smoothly. Bedtime battles can be a thing of the past when kids know what to expect. The predictability of a routine can provide a sense of security and calm, even amidst the chaos of the 21st century. So, as we wrap up, let's remember these tools we've discussed today. They may not always work, and that's okay. Parenting is not about perfection. It's about trying, learning, and growing together, and who knows? You might even find yourself laughing at the great ice cream debacle of 2024. Remember, when all else fails, there's always the option of ice cream for breakfast. Just kidding. Keep up the good work, parents. You're doing great. Please like and subscribe for more helpful tips on everything from raising kids to bad breath.